Hello and a very warm welcome back to the Dr. Carney Singh shooting range for the next final of the day at the Issf World Cup Final 2024. Yes, can you believe we're already into the middle of October, nearing towards the end of 2024, and what a busy year it's been right the way across the shooting calendar. The next final coming up, 10-metre air pistol women's final with some of the best competing against each other. My name is Rory McAllister and I'll be your commentator for this World Cup final event. So there's the schedule for the rest of the day. This 10-metre air pistol women's final about to get underway at 2:45 local time in New Delhi. The time is just coming up to 2:35, so we've got about 11 minutes to go. 10-11 minutes by my watch. It's always slightly out. And wherever you are around the world joining us, then welcome along. Thanks for joining us here on Issf TV. Feel free to leave your comments and support for the athletes in the comments section. That's what we like to see. So bullseye 11.5 millimeters. That's the 10 ring that they're trying to hit over a distance of 10 meters. Maximum weight of the pistols, 1.5 kilos, and a minimum weight of 500 grams. So some very familiar names in this lineup today. So Chief Range Officer has just called for the 5 minutes of preparation and sighting time. Meanwhile, we'll just have a quick look at the world rankings. Kim Ye-ji, well, what a year she's had, all over social media, going viral, being offered film roles. And you can see why as well, one of the coolest shooters to ever come onto the world stage. Certainly part of the Issf. We've been very proud and pleased to see her recognition across the world of social media. So Zhang Ranxing is on firing point A, 24 years old, the world number 4, gold medalist in Tokyo at the Olympic Games in the mixed team, and took a bronze medal in the individual event. And there's also that silver medal from the World Cup in Munich. Took a bronze medal at the World Cup final in Doha last year. So will it be another medal for Zhang Ranxing today? Niga Nasarova of Azerbaijan is next on firing point B. Gold medalist in Baku at the 25-metre centre fire, that was last year. And also competed in Rio at the Olympic qualifier that we had back in April now. I don't think it was that long ago, but with the Olympics done and dusted and out of the way, I suppose that's what happens. The world of shooting sport just keeps moving on. So moving on to Liu Henyo of Chinese Taipei, 21 years old, bronze medalist at the World Cup in Jakarta, that was last year, and also bronze medalist at the Junior World Cup in Seoul. So the first of the Indian athletes in this final, Rhythm Sangwan, has had such an interesting career so far, 20 years old. Just look at all those medals already. Gold medalist in the Issf World Cup in Cairo. Samraj Jung coach today for Rhythm Sangwan, holding the hopes of a nation on her shoulders. Meanwhile, second athlete from People's Republic of China, and this is Li Xue. And here's Surbi Rao of India, the second athlete from the home nation, silver medalist at the Asian Championships in Changwon. So Hala El Ghahari of Egypt is next to be on firing point G before we complete the lineup on firing point H. And then finally, representing France, the illustrious Kamil Jedrzejewski. Just look at her medals so far, an amazing career on the world stage of shooting. Will it be another medal for Kamil today? There's Walter Lapierre, her coach. Kamil's still only 22 years old. So Jamie Stangroom of Great Britain just in the background, just doing the introductions of our athletes from firing point A right through to firing point H. So starting the lineup on firing point A, the world number 4, representing People's Republic of China, Zhang Rangxin. Takes a bow. And a packed house again here at the Dr. Carney Singh shooting range. Just great to see so many people gathered here for another final at this World Cup final. Nazarova of Azerbaijan is the next to be introduced. And there's Peter Underhill of Great Britain with the glasses. He's the technical delegate. And he's alongside Kalikesh Narayan Singh Deo, who's the president of the National Rifle Association of India. Representing Chinese Taipei on firing point C, next to be introduced is Liu Henyu, still only 21. Well, massive cheers for Rhythm Sangwan of India on firing point D. And the drums are being banged and there's so much noise being made by the Indian supporters. Next on firing point E is Li Xue, 24 years old, of People's Republic of China. 2 Chinese athletes in this final. And Li Xue looks very focused, takes a bow, so respectful to the crowd.
Asian Championship final in Jakarta this year, and the year before picked up mixed and silver
Second athlete representing India in this final on firing point F, Serbi Rao, and a massive cheer from the Indian supporters. Serbi now 24 years old. And Hala El Gahari, big smile from the athlete from Egypt on firing point G. 28 years old, one of the eldest in this final. Doesn't that just go to shock you that even at 28 years old you can be one of the eldest these days on the world stage? Incredible. So Hala El Gahari, an African champion for the 10 metres. Meanwhile, the introduction of Kamil Jedrzejewski of France. So there's Wataru Fuji of Japan. Has now been a jury on the world stage for 12 years. And one of the nicest guys in shooting. And likewise, another very nice man is Vilan Bhatt, who's our chief range officer. So Vilan Bhatt has been in control of all the finals so far. This is what happened in qualification. So Rhythm Sangwan just at the top on 5.79. And then Jan Ranshin just 2 points behind on 5.77. Jedrzejewski up there in the top 3 on 5.75. But that's how they line up from firing points A right through to H. Some familiar names: 2 athletes from India, 2 from People's Republic of China, Chinese Taipei, Azerbaijan, France and Egypt also represented. My name is Rory McAllister. Hello, thank you very much for joining us on ISSF TV for another final. Feel free to leave your comments of support, and thank you very much for coming along wherever you are watching around the world. You're very welcome with us here live in New Delhi. So gives you an idea of what one of the pistols is like. Moulded grip to the hand. That's where the sweat and perspiration can cause a problem. There's Zorana Arunovic's world record. It's still there. It's stood since 2017, 246.9. And Zorana, if you're watching, and hello to you back in Serbia. There's some world records around at the moment that certainly have some longevity, and that's one of them. It's been a long day so far for the athletes in qualification, and now as this final gets underway, first series of 5 shots, and then we'll move to another series of 5 shots. That takes us to 10 shots, and then the individual shots start after that. The first elimination for 8th place is after shot 12. And then we have eliminations every 2 shots until we move through to the medal phases. And Rhythm Sangwan slamming in a 10.4. much to the delight of the Indian supporters. Meanwhile, Liu of Chinese Taipei at 10.6, and then pistol shooting, that's a very high shot indeed, particularly so early in a final under this kind of pressure. Day for the athletes in qualification. Qualification hall completely different to the packed atmosphere. Every single seat is taken. There's different lighting, different conditions. The athletes just have to get used to it pretty quickly. Just imagine holding out that pistol. It can weigh up to 1.5 kilos. It's a long, grueling process when you get to the actual final. Trying to keep that pistol as steady as possible, to take that split second of a moment to take the shot and try and score as high as you can. Trying to control your breathing, trying to control your heart rate. Your balance is also important, and then there's the mental concentration. Put all these things together to become a world-class pistol shooter. try and settle into your shot rhythm as well, because these athletes know what it's like to try and take 5 shots within the allocated time. 4 minutes 10 can sound like a lot of time, but when you're out there, you have to take your breaks, to go back, get focused, get back in the zone. Believe me, the clock ticks down very quickly. 10.8 from Nasarova on the last shot as we come to the end of this first series of 5. The score's over 50 at this stage, world class. Jedrzejewski's already got there, 50.1. Waiting now for Sangwon to finish her 5-shot series. There is Sangwon. We're just looking at Serbi Rao. Sangwon last shot with a 10.2. So Jedrzejewski of France is in the lead, 50.1. There's no surprise to me, certainly seeing her at the top of the table. Zhang Renqi, 0.3 behind. Gahali in there, tied for 3rd. Alongside Rao, both on 49.6. So next series of 5 shots coming up. This is where the athletes will be trying to get as close to 100 as possible. Those 2 series add together. Wow, 10.9 from Niao. What a shot. 21 years old and on the world stage for Chinese Taipei, scoring a 10.9 in an Issf World Cup final. That's some going. I've seen too many 10.9s in pistol, not as many as you would do in rifle, because the stability just isn't the same. It's so great when you do see one. Magical moment. You can see some of the shooters wearing blinders over their non-shooting eye. Some of them opaque like that and thick, so you can't see through. Some of them are gauzed as well and semi-opaque. It just is whatever suits the individual athlete. As you may have seen over social media over the year with the likes of Issf of Turkey, you don't have to wear any blinders at all. You can just put your hand in your pocket and take your shot. It's also interesting, you'll see Serbi Rao's glasses, one purple lens, one clear. One shooting eye covered by the blinder. That's just to help with the light conditions. So Kamil Jedrzejewski, the silver medalist at the Olympic Games in the 25 metres. Did look in that final. I was there myself as the commentator. Perhaps she would take gold on home soil. She's only 22, and I'm sure that Kamil Jedrzejewski will be back for the LA Olympic Games. amazing when I see Kamil Jevriletsky like that, just completing the series and just looking so relaxed and so focused. Just so experienced, even at 22 years old. So Sangwan is the last to shoot. She was in the last series. Once again, it's taking her shot with the final 30 seconds to go. So this is where the final will start to take shape. After this shot, it's a 9.8. And Sangwan finds herself in 8th place at the moment as we move into the single shot period of this final. So the first elimination is coming up after shot 12. That's in 2 shots time. Unless, of course, we go to a shoot-off, but Sangwan is 0.3 behind. Was in 7th place, has moved down to 8th. There's the scoreboard adjusted, and it's Jevriletsky. I said the athletes will be trying to get to 100, or at least close to it or over. And Leo and Jevriletsky are the two that have managed that. Jevriletsky leads with a difference of 0.8. And El Ghahari of Egypt, the African champion, with a high score of 99, tied alongside Zhang Ranxing. So they're both on 99.0. So here we go with shot 11. This is our first of the individual shots. Some shots across the 9 ring, one in the 8, 8.5 from Zhang Ranxing. It's the kind of pressure you're under at a World Cup final, under the ISSF banner. Just as a pistol shooter, I guess the clothing is more relaxed, but in terms of being relaxed, you've also got to do that yourself. Just keep calm, just keep focused, as we're seeing now on the faces of some of our athletes in this final. So Hala El Ghahari, the African champion, we just saw her on the right of your picture. She's down on firing point G and trying to stay in 3rd position. So Negar Nazarova in 8th place, and we'll be leaving this final. We have our first elimination. So you can see Negar Nazarova inserting the safety flag into her pistol. And nice to see the smiles and the waves to the crowd. And she goes to take her seat, is congratulated for coming the whole way to New Delhi, getting to the World Cup final and getting to the 10-metre air pistol women's final, and leaves in 8th place. Great achievement. So a familiar name at the top, Jevriletsky of France leads the way, 122.3. Can she be caught? Because the gap already is 2.9. So just looking at the shot pattern of Liao Shu. So this Chinese athlete in 7th place at the moment. Over the next 2 shots, trying to stay in this final. Well, the beating of the drums in this packed house. Just great to see so many here gathered at the Dr. Carney Singh shooting range for these finals at the ISSF World Cup final. I do love the colouring of that pistol. I'm a big fan of the Hulk. That's the old school colours of purple and green. That gets my vote. So Zhevronetsky leads. The gap is 3.1. Even in pistol shooting at this level, that's a sizable margin. A 1.7 gap between third and second. And once again, we're in for an interesting finale in this final in New Delhi. Issf, People's Republic of China, shooting to stay in this final. What a time for Rhythm Sangwan just to score a 10.7. She's in third place. Issf just a few seconds ago, even with that shot, just wasn't enough because she still finishes 0.1 behind and leaves now in 7th place. And those are the margins at this level. You can shoot so well and leave a final only being 0.1 behind. So close for Issf trying to stay in this final. It wasn't meant to be. Terrific achievement though, finishing 7th place. ISSF World Cup final in this 10-metre air pistol women's event. Zhevronetsky at the top, the gap is 2.9. Rhythm Sangwan, meanwhile, of India, and Surbi Rao, both carrying the hopes of the Indians. And will they get to the podium in their home country? Only a 0.4 gap that separates the two Indian athletes at this precise time. Just like that lowering of the pistol as well from Zhang Ranqing. Always a 9.3. Lost her place in the final. She's 0.8 behind. She's in 6th place now. Sangwan, meanwhile, with a very high shot, 10.6 at this stage of the final. Terrific stuff under so much pressure, and also the expectation of your home crowd. Just showing real experience, even at 20 years old. It's incredible. The world of international shooting and the ages just get younger and younger. So this next shot could decide 6th. The difference between 6th and 5th is 0.8. Terrific shot from El Gahari, a 10.6. And Zhang Ranqing with a 9.2. That's not going to be enough. While Surbi Rao of India with a 10.2. It's just off your screen. Hence the cheers from the Indian supporters in the background. 10 seconds to go, so Sangwan better get a shift on here. And does so with a few seconds to go. So we have our next elimination representing People's Republic of China. It's Zhang Ranqing on firing point A. So we now have had shot 17. Really now moving into the nitty-gritty part of this final.
Meanwhile, moving up into fourth is just 0.3 behind. The next shot is shot number 18, and it could decide who is next in fifth.
So the decider for fifth place coming up. Unless we were to go to a shoot-off. There's a chance of that, particularly only with a 0.3 gap between fifth and fourth place. Jedrzejewski, meanwhile, the lead has been narrowed. It was 3.0, that's now down to 2.2. So Raul Serbi of India now shooting to stay in this final. And Serbi Raul with a 9.7 and finishes 0.5 behind. Representing the home nation of India, 24-year-old Serbi Raul, who was a silver medalist in the Asian Championships at Changwon, also a bronze medalist in Baku a few years ago at the World Championships, and now leaves this World Cup final, 10-metre air pistol women's event, and leaves in fifth place. So we're down to the final four. Jedrzejewski had a lead at 3.0, it's now 2.3. Rhythm Sangwan hanging on in there for a medal for India, currently on the podium. At least has 1 foot there anyway. Could be a bronze medalist. El Ghari, the African champion, is 1.8 behind. Who can hold their nerve? Who now, when it matters, can get those shots into the 10 ring? A 9.5 from Jedrzejewski, so a little bit of a wobble from the French athlete for the first time in this final. You see this sometimes towards the end of the final. Pressure sometimes can get to Kamel. Other times in finals, she just absolutely blitz it, but things are swinging around here. And Sangwan with an 8.0, there was a chance to try and move up the table. And 8.0, a total of 186.9. Sangwan is still only 0.6 behind, so as I say, with a much higher score, there was a real chance to jump up. So has that 8.0 cost Rhythm Sangwan a medal? There's still a 0.6 gap, it could change. Meanwhile, Jedrzejewski's lead at the top is now cut down to 1.7. So once again, the athletes reset, go through the motions, the lowering of the pistol. Some just do a raise, some lower the pistol down. It's whatever comes to their own preference, whatever works best for them. 10.8 behind, it's a 10.3, and that shot, you have to say, of 8.0, which was her penultimate shot, has cost her not only a medal, but now a place in this final. But what an effort from Rhythm Sangwan. She certainly has a very bright future, only 20 years old. I remember seeing her at the beginning of the year at the Asian Championships back in Jakarta, and she is a real shooting talent. Rhythm Sangwan, who was top of qualification with 579, now leaves this final in fourth place. So we're down to the final three. We now know the medalists. It now depends what order each country gets which medal. So El Ghari, the African champion, in third place at the moment. Liu Hanyu of Chinese Taipei in second, and the familiar name of Kamil Jedrzejewski of France at the top of the table, currently on a total of 200.8. Well, very interesting, isn't it? Because 2 shots in the 9 ring, another one in the 8.8s, this time from Jedrzejewski. Once again, a wobble towards the end of the final. We've seen this before. Can Camille hang on in there to keep the gold? This is what makes shooting so exciting. Just see faintly in the background Walter Pierre of France, the coach, writing down his notes, writing down Camille's scores. There's a 1.1 gap between third and second, and a 1.0 gap between second and third. So this is shot 22 to decide the bronze medal. .2 from El Ghahari. She knows it's cost her perhaps the chance of a silver and an upgrade from the bronze, but the African champion will walk away from this World Cup final with a bronze medal for Egypt. Egypt have their first medal, and I'm sure we'll see big smiles here. And there we are, the familiar smile and wave of Hala El Ghahari of Egypt. A great performance, fantastic final so far, and big love, yes indeed. So bronze medal for Egypt and Hala El Ghahari, the current African champion. So 1.7 between the top 2, there's 2 shots to go. Can Jedrzejewski hang on for the gold? Will she be caught by Liu Henyu of Chinese Taipei? This is what makes shooting so exciting, particularly in a pistol final such as this. It's going down to the wire. These could be the final 2 shots, unless, of course, we go to a shoot-off. Jedrzejewski, can she hold her nerve? Arguably favours the 25-metre event, but still shoots so well over 10 metres. 9.6. From Liu, and a 9.8 from Jedrzejewski, so keeps her lead. It's increased to 1.9. It's a nice cushion. So Jedrzejewski now just needs a 9.1 or above. Slammed in a 10.9. What a shot from Kamil Jedrzejewski. Just as we were saying that 25 metres was the favourite event, and she started to wobble towards the end and just finished the final with a perfect score. And once again, Kamil Jedrzejewski has defended her World Cup final gold medal. She did exactly the same in Doha last November, and now Kamil Jedrzejewski of France adds yet another gold to her medal collection. She's once again a gold medalist at the World Cup final. And the silver medalist, Liu Henyu of Chinese Taipei, a great final, pushed Jedrzejewski all the way to the end, finished 3.4 behind, and Chinese Taipei have a silver medal. So the athletes just lining up. Taru Fiji is the jury in charge, just going over to get the silver medalist alongside the gold medalist, and now joined by the bronze medalist.
The bronze medal representing Egypt goes to Hala El Ghahari.
And Hala El Ghahari, delighted, smiles all round, raises the pistol in the air, claps along to the crowd, and Egypt have a bronze medal.
Sir, I'm audible to you.
First medal for Chinese Taipei of this World Cup final.
Sir, I'm audible to you.
A great performance and a final total of 237.4.
I'm audible to you. I think आपको अच्छे खासे सिग्नल आ रहे होंगे.
Well, it's always interesting watching Kamil Jedrzejewski. You never really quite know what's going to happen. Sometimes the occasion and the emotions get the better of her, but not today. Just managed to recover. And her final shot, a 10.9, as Mr. Luciano Rossi, the ISSF president, goes over to congratulate the three medalists. Another cracking final here in New Delhi. If you joined us at the end, I would very much urge you to watch that one back on ISSF TV across YouTube and social media platforms. Thanks very much for joining us for that one. Egypt with the bronze, Chinese Taipei with the silver, and it's gold for France.
Mic check. We're going to do 3 more interviews, hopefully. Busy day. This is our 3rd final. We still have 1 more final to come. And yeah, I hope my voice survives. I hope you're doing good as well. Hello, how are you? Sorry? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Hey, Camille. Just be one more. Liu Heng Yu, congratulations. It's World Cup final silver here in New Delhi. How are you feeling right now?
关于恭喜你在德林拿到了世界杯总决赛的银牌，你现在感觉怎么样？
很开心，因为我觉得一切都很不容易。
I'm very excited. It has been a very long journey for me.
And you've had a busy year with 2 final appearances at World Cups, but this is your first World Cup final. Big noise in the finals hall with 2 athletes from India competing. Did you enjoy the experience or were you feeling the pressure?
今年你比了很多的比赛，两个世界杯，那这是第一次进到世界杯的总决赛。然后呢，这么多的声音，然后还有2个印度的选手，当地的选手，不知道你感觉怎么样？
我觉得在这个比赛氛围其实蛮震撼的，然后第一次参加到总决赛，我很开心。
It's very new for me and it's very shocked for me a little bit because this is the first time going this kind of grand event, but I'm very excited and happy to get this award.
Well, if you did feel the pressure, it did not show. You looked calm to us. Congratulations again on the silver medal here and enjoy the podium. Thank you.
你看起来非常的冷静，完全看不出来你很紧张，真的非常的恭喜你拿到银牌。
Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations. Great. Thank you. Thank you. See you later. I'll wait for the signal. Yeah. Camille, congratulations. You are now a 2-time World Cup final champion in this event. How does that feel?
That was not so easy to be here just after the Olympics, and today I did the job like so well, and noises from the Indian public was good, so I really enjoy it.
Yeah, there was a lot of noise from the local supporters here. You seemed calm to me watching on. You led from the very beginning. Were you feeling calm?
I look like I feel calm, but I didn't feel so well, especially with the end of the final. My level go a little bit down, so it was emotional a little bit. And then I was like focus again and really want to win the globe and be again the World Cup champion. So let's see for the 25, but I did the job today. I'm so proud.
As you mentioned, you still have the 25-meter to come, but for now, just to reflect on the Issf season you've had, because this is the final competition. Of course, Olympic Games silver, and now World Cup final gold. How would you describe the year you've had so far?
It's an incredible year for me, like so much medal records, and like for 10 and 25 events. So I love my sports, I love having competitions, and today I'm proud to say that I love the season too, and I'm so excited to prepare the next season with the World Championship. So I'm here to perform, and I am proud of me.
Well, good luck in the 25-meter and enjoy the podium for now. Thank you, Camille.
Thank you. See you.
Okay, so one more. Hala, congratulations. bronze here at the World Cup final. When I spoke to you directly after the final, you were literally shaking. You've had a few moments now to, you know, have a think about what just happened. How are you feeling?
I'm still shaking until now, so I'm so happy to have this first medal for me, and I hope it was in Paris because it's the second Olympic, and I have so effort to reach this. So I'm so happy to make it here in the big competition like this. So it's just a start.
Not your first medal in shooting, of course. You have African Championship medals to your name, but as you mentioned, your first Issf medal. Obviously an iconic moment for you. How much confidence and momentum, enthusiasm going into the new season 2025 does today give you?
Yes, it's a very good start to start a new session or a new a year of training and competitions. So this is a good start, and I have a big push today. So it will be good this season.
Hala, congratulations again on bronze here at the World Cup final in New Delhi.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, well done, well done.
memento to the VIPs for their contribution to the ISSF World Cup Final New Delhi 2024. So the medallions, the mementos, will be presented by Mr. Ashok Mittal, Vice President of the NRAI. They will be presented to Mrs. Vyata Chatterjee, Secretary of Sports for the Ministry of Sports, the Government of India, and to Mr. Priya